Holy greetings and God bless you, brothers and sisters. This is Scott Bradley. I'm coming to you with another snippet today. I was driving down the street here. Praise the Lord, I'm trying to get in this little space here. Driving down the street here. One of my favorite places to drive, in fact. This is a nice, quiet highway that I'm on. It's a lot of farmland, and I like driving on these roads because I just get quiet and good quiet meditation. And I was thinking about something as I was driving along, and I want to share it with you today. I think it will be a blessing and hopefully informative to many of you, particularly you that feel that you are prophets or prophetesses unto the Lord. Now, I don't want to start out in a negative way, because you yourself really know whether you are really a prophet or prophetess of God. I'm not going to, again, I could go into debate about it, but I'm not going to. I think that's not necessary. Some of you that even the Lord shows you things and you see things. You may not even call yourself that title, but the Lord reveals things to you. Sometimes I think that we have a tendency to feel like that because we see things about everybody else, that we're going to see what would happen to us or things concerning us. Now, again, I'm not talking about psychics. I ain't talking about that. That's a whole different spirit. I'm not talking about, voodoos and sangomas and folk in Africa practice juju, as I learned when I was there. I'm talking about real men and women of God. And as you've even heard me say in presentations past, that when you spend time with the Lord, when you walk in the presence of the Lord, when you give your time to prayer, meditation, and fasting, that the Lord will reveal things to you. He'll speak to your heart and your mind. He'll give you answers to prayer. You're the ones that I'm talking about. I've known of situations, brothers and sisters, again, I'm saying this because I believe it will help and bless you, where sometimes people can see things with everybody else, give them a word from the Lord, tell them I see things, give them something to confirm what the people already know, which is really what a prophet does. Very seldom does a prophet just give you something that you know nothing about. He'll confirm something that you already know. I've known of situations of people that have that gift, that ability. They can see things in other people. They can warn people of other things. They can let people know what they feel. And you figure a person that's sensitive, that knows stuff about folk, that can tell stuff about folk, oftentimes something happens to them that they never saw coming. And you wonder why. How is it that a person supposed to be a prophet of God can see all this stuff and can't see what's about to happen to them? Well, you know what? The Lord is so fixed it, brothers and sisters. This is my observation, my experience observation. Not that I can say myself a prophet, because I don't. Not that I've often seen things like that, because I don't. So I'm not putting myself in your position. But what I'm saying is, in my observance down through the years, every person who sees in others needs for someone to see for them. You can't always see what's coming your way. You can't always see the traps that the enemy has set for you. It's just that way. And very well could be because the Lord wants us to depend upon him, not get this arrogance. Because oftentimes I've seen people that actually get that, when they get very arrogant, that the Lord is not speaking to anybody but them. The Lord is not revealing nothing to anybody but them. I'm the only one. That was the attitude that Elijah had when he was running from Jezebel. And he just got set under a juniper tree and began to have a pity party and say, Lord, I'm the only one left. You might as well take me, because there's nobody else left but me. And the Lord said to him, I've got 5,000 in this city alone that have not bowed the knee to Baal. Now, I can imagine Elijah was surprised. How come I don't know about him? I'm the prophet, I should know. I don't have to tell you everything. I'm God, not you. And again, I'm kind of embellishing that there, but paraphrasing that, what I think conversation consists of. But again, sometimes we feel like we're the only ones that's got a word from the Lord. We're the only true prophets. All the other prophets are false. All the other prophets are liars, blah, blah, blah. And then, listen, God has got other folk beside you whether you know them or not, whether they've got a big name or not, whether they even call themselves prophet or not. I always thought it was interesting, brothers and sisters, that it was Jesus himself who stopped Apostle Paul. Paul saw Jesus in his glory. The Bible said that he shone greater than the noonday sun. And he cried out from heaven, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And of course, after receiving such an encounter, and Saul fell from his beast, the Bible said, he became blinded. Now he's ready. Lord, what would you have me to do? And you know what Jesus said? Going where you started, somebody is going to tell you what to do. I always thought that was interesting because the Lord could have told Paul himself, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. That's not what he did. In other words, he was telling Paul, somebody is going to minister to you. Somebody is going to pray for you. Somebody is going to give you instructions. And I think that that's what God is saying to many of us, because some of us, and I'm thinking, looking at even Paul, what if the Lord had revealed everything to Paul right then? He might have got a spirit of arrogance. Nobody can tell me what to do. Only the Lord speaks to me. And I hear people say that. Down through the years, I've heard people say that. The Lord's only, you can't do nothing for me. The Lord speaks to me. There's nothing you can tell me. The Lord speaks to me. Well, baby, let me tell you, if you feel that way, the Lord ain't got nothing to say to you either. Because the Lord always has someone to instruct us, to mentor us, to guide us, to tell us what thus saith the Lord. So don't get so smug in your spirit, so smug in your attitude until you feel like can't nobody tell me nothing but the Lord. And that's why a lot of times some of you run into tragedy. You run into disaster. How come the Lord didn't show me? You show me about everybody else. How come the Lord didn't show me? Because the Lord wants you to humble yourself and hear somebody else. Or else you fall into a spirit of arrogance. You fall into an attitude of self-righteousness. You fall into an attitude of know-it-all. You fall into an attitude of nobody right but me. Nobody prophets but me. I oftentimes have known of quote-unquote prophets. And all of them in competition with each other. I know very few of them that call themselves prophets that are friendly with other folk that call themselves prophets. They're leery of them. They think that, almost like they feel threatened. They don't get along. Almost try to out-prophesy one another. The Lord showed this to me. And that's what the other fellow told you. That wasn't the Lord, because the Lord showed me. See, that's what happens when you get to that point where can't nobody tell you nothing. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. And so what the Lord does is make it and set it up where you have to hear somebody else. Same goes with preachers. Preachers don't feel like you're the only one that can preach, the only one that the Lord is speaking to, the only one that's got the gift, and you can't sit down and hear nobody else. Every now and then you need to sit down and hear another preacher. Am I making myself plain? Every now and then, preacher, no matter how great of a preacher you are, no matter how great of a church you have, no matter how tough you are, every now and then you need to sit down and hear another preacher. All right, I think I've said enough. I think you got that. That's what the Lord put up on my heart. That's the snippet. God bless you.